Alright, so here is the carb off of the little non-Hemi 212 that we just changed, or took off, not changed. We took off the governor and removed the oil sensor, plug those up. So we're going to take this carb apart. I like these carbs. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. They can roll with a stage 1 kit, but all I'm doing now is that little jet pin is a little dirty, so it's going to do a good job. Minimal tools for doing this stuff. You need a little flathead screwdriver that's real narrow. This one's narrow enough to get down there, get the main jet out. These are all brass pieces, so you'll end up, I'm just moving it around, and I shouldn't take too much. Just move it around to get it into the slot, and then there. It'll break loose. Roll that thing out. Sometimes these things are so gunked up, you'll get to the point where you can see the jet coming through this hole, and you'll have to take like a little poker of some sort and stick it to where it gets into the threads to get that jet out. This doesn't seem to be too bad. That's actually not bad at all. Now the emulsion tube's still up in there, and I'll say sometimes they'll pop out. Sometimes you have to go up into the carb body with a flathead and pop it down. This carb doesn't honestly look too bad. I'm also going to take the little reservoir off. That is a sediment reservoir. Oh man, this thing's actually in pretty good shape. Take that little rubber ring out. I don't like to run those through the cleaner if I don't need to. I think this one's good enough. Put that down to where that goes down. That goes down into the actual carb. I may leave that in there. I'm just going to leave that one in there. I'm also going to take the on-off switch apart, the gas switch, so I can blow through it. I got my ultrasonic cleaner from Harbor Freight warming up. I put hot tap water in there. I don't know what TC stands for, but it's the heat section of it. So there's the top piece, a little retainer spring that holds that bad boy down, and then a little rubber O-ring in here that piece slides on top of. I might just use my razor blade to get that out. I'll wipe that down. I like to get everything out of here to clean it. Okay, get up underneath there, little buddy. There we go. Okay. Make sure that, yep, we're still recording. Okay, so that's out. And we're going to take the little throttle adjustment screw out. Get that pilot jet out so the cleaner can get down in there. Pliers. Looks alright. It's all pretty nice and clean. Some carbs will have, this one's capped in, it'll have a little air mixture adjustment. Some you can take all the way out. When you do, bottom them out. Actually, from where it's at, if it was running, if it matters, bottom it out, count the number of rotations, and then when you go to put it back in, it'll have it's a little, a little pin. That's the back end of that little bad boy with a spring. Some have them, some don't. This is I can't read it, Ratto. Kean are nice ones, but this is still, with that little reservoir, I like it a little better. So I'm going to put all these little pieces, except that rubber, O-ring down in there. This one actually looks pretty good. It's got a spring on it, so that's kind of nice. Set that down into the hot bath. Let that float. That's real nice and clean. Oh, this thing's going to be good. I'm glad we're saving it. Before I go, I'm going to take my little welding tip cleaner that just has these micro little files, round files. Take down into all the little jet holes. I don't think this is a big deal because this one's real nice and clean. I did clean one, and on this emulsion tube, depending on what it is, it'll have holes up here. Sometimes they're real big, sometimes they're not. I can't see that. Oh, there is another one there. Seems like all of them are a little different. And they'll have different combinations on the main tube of it. One I was messing with last night had 5 little holes going down each side. This one only has 3. I don't know that. I'm sure the guys who are a little smarter than me will know. But I'll just run this little file through there, get all those little ports cleaned out. I don't think this one really needed it, but that's okay. Drop that little bad boy down in. I don't need to put those screws in. That's still pretty clean. That doesn't touch anything. That's still alright. Clean that one up. Drop that in there for fun because that's inside the bowl. There. Our little main jet. This is like a 35, I believe, that's stock. Put that down in there. I think that's good for the time being. So I'll end up running this through a couple 480-second cycles, rolling the carb over, stirring the stuff up for a little bit, and spray it out, rinse it out, and it'll all be pretty. Alright, we'll be back in a little bit.